Hello everyone, it's been a while, but welcome back to another Esports Racing Canada lap guide video for our development league. This week we are once again in the Formula V, heading to Ledenon. I think this combo will be a test of being able to keep your minimum speeds up, because there isn't a lot of downshifting. You're in third for most of the lap, so the need to keep minimum speed up in third gear is pretty important to set a fast lap. It's a pretty fun combo. It's a nice track to drive with this car. Turn 1 is a very long left-hander, which we're about to go through how to do it properly. A lot of other corners are also hairpin corners that are kind of easy to lose the car in. So we'll go through how to properly handle the car through those certain corners so you don't lose the car throughout the race. So yeah, let's jump right into the hot lap. Alright, so now on to the lap guide. Heading into turn 1, you do want to go up to 4th gear, right around when the track flattens out, heading onto the pit straight. It does help with top end speed, I found. You can gain an extra half a tenth or so. But up into 4th gear there, bringing the car all the way over to the right hand side. Turning in just as the concrete here gets darker. You kind of want to sort of open up this turn 1 here a bit, but not going out super wide so you understeer, but not going all the way to the inside so you make the corner super tight. Somewhere right around the middle is perfect. Just light steering, making sure not to scrub the fronts. Keeping the car in the middle of the corner, still flat out all the way up until this point, and then you don't want to start lifting off the throttle until you get to around this apex curbing here. If I go into cockpit, you can kind of see it's a bit easier to know when I kind of use my left bezel here for when I'm passing this little mound of grass area there, but I start lifting a bit just to get some weight back onto the fronts so I can make this corner, and then clipping this curb here and then running out all the way wide on exit, downshifting just to get the revs back up a bit, so I can get a good run onto the next straight, sort of straight with a corner, but you're still flat out. Over the curbing there, getting a lot of rotation, keeping on throttle, not even touching the brakes throughout this corner at all. This corner is a lot about just managing understeer and keeping your minimum speed up. So trying to keep as much throttle on as possible without, running too wide and into the gravel, and not going too slow so that you're just coasting. So you don't really want to be coasting. So if you can keep on throttle without understeering, that's perfect. You can kind of see that I'm on like 25 to 50% throttle, and then just kind of modulating it to manage the understeer, and then getting back on throttle, cutting this apex as much as possible over the white line. Does not give you a 1x. Doing this will help you get a good run onto this next straight, you can cut this one as much as possible as well, to help save some time. Bringing your car over to the left as fast as possible, all the way over the white line, your left wheels over the white line, keeping your right ones on the right side of the line. For me, my braking marker was as I passed these tire barriers with my middle monitor and the bezel on the right. This one I found I could brake fairly late and hard, and just making sure I get the car slowed down enough that I don't run wide. I found it was kind of easy to get on throttle too early and understeer out wide, so just try and watch to not get back on power too quickly. But braking around like 80%, turning in fairly late, and then getting back on power just before the asphalt changes in color there. Any earlier and you will run out all the way kind of wide there, losing time. Not clipping this apex there, just getting as close to the white line as possible. This curb is kind of raised, so it will unsettle the car a bit, so just trying to keep as much speed up as possible in this corner is what you want to do. And then you don't need to run out all the way wide, as it'll just slow you down. Even though you're trying to use as much track as possible, it's quicker to just cut the track shorter. For this next corner, once again, like the entry into the previous one, bring your car all the way over to the right, and if I go into cockpit cam, you can see that as this light post passes my right bezel, that is when I start braking. Again, braking hard and late for this corner is what you want to do. I brake around 80 to 90%, turning in fairly late, because getting a good run onto the next straight is beneficial if you want to maybe make a move. It might not be the smartest to make a move into the next right-hander just because it's flat out, so it might cause an accident, but if you can get a good run and pass the driver ahead before that corner, that is what you would want to do. One thing I did find about this corner is that it is kind of easy to lose the car. Staying in third gear helped to keep the rear end stable, but releasing the brakes fairly quickly, as you can see here, braking hard and then releasing a bit just to keep the car slowing down, and then dropping it to around 5 to 10% just to keep some weight on the front tires, and then dropping them completely and then getting it back on power, running all the way wide on exit. Again, for this corner, you want to watch that you don't get on power too soon, because you will run too wide, which I found. But running all the way to the red and white curbs there, flat out through here, and then you do want to shift up to fourth gear here as well, like on the main straight, and once again bringing your car all the way to the left to open up the corner as much as possible, flat out all the way here, and then running out as wide as you can without going onto this area here, because it is kind of bumpy and will unsettle the car. Braking at this grate here, like the other corners, you do want to brake hard here, and then shifting down to third gear will help the car slow down and gain rotation. Turning in just as, if I go into cockpit view, just as I pass that grate, just around that area, and then trailing the brakes, just kind of giving it a bit more or less depending on what the car is kind of doing. General rule of thumb, if you want to kind of help manage the balance of the car with the brake pedal, if you are getting oversteer, you want to release the brake, and if you're getting understeer, you kind of want to add the brakes, as a kind of general rule, rather than kind of handling the car with the steering wheel. Clipping this apex there, you can go all the way. It is kind of bumpy, but yeah, just like I did, getting your wheels as close to this thin gray line as possible, and then getting back on power as fast as possible to get that speed back up, running all the way out wide, and yeah, just once again keeping up that minimum speed. This one, you can see these posts in the background there on the right. If I go into cockpit view, you can see that I start turning in as the light post passes my right bezel, and again, bringing your car all the way to the right to open up the corner as much as possible. This track has all kinds of quirks like this, where you can use extra track. It does not give you a 1x, So why not use the extra track to gain some time by opening the corners up on entry and exit. But yeah, turning in there, clipping this apex here, keeping it flat out, and going all the way to the right as soon as possible. And then I am braking just as the red and white curbing stops, keeping the car to the right hand side, because for this corner you do want to late apex it. So keeping it in third, because I found going into second scrubs off too much speed with the engine braking, and then it also unsettles the rear a bit. So keeping it in third gear and just trailing lightly, and like I mentioned earlier, just modulating the brake pedal based on what the car is doing, getting back on power way before the apex here, clipping the curbing there, not going over the concrete, down into third, and then flat out all the way here, cutting this corner as much as possible. Does not give you a 1x. Going up to fourth gear down here does help with top end speed. And then for this corner, if I go into cockpit view, it is pretty downhill. So you can see it goes down, flattens out a bit, and then down again, and then has a big compression to the left. So what I did, I started braking just after the first crest, and once I got into the compression here, I started braking around 75 to 80% over this curb down into third gear, and then holding the brakes, and then releasing them fairly quickly because there's a bit of a crest here, easy to lose the rear. You can see I'm kind of sliding the car. So yeah, over the crest, releasing the brakes quickly, back on power as soon as you get to the middle of the corner, running all the way wide and in third gear through there, bringing your car over to the left as fast as possible. In qualifying, this will be better. For the race, you can kind of keep it in the middle, or depending on where the car is behind you, if there is one, you can kind of keep it in the middle. But for qualifying, I suggest bringing the car over to the left as quick as possible, because it saves time and you don't have to use extra track over to the right. Up into fourth, like I said at the beginning of the guide, just going into fourth will give you a bit more top end speed. Across the line, and that is it for this week's lap guide video. Good luck in the race, and I will see you there.